was pretty interesting. I was not expecting this at all. So this is the weekend and I will not be mentioning school. So today in the morning I went with my mom to the beach and we went to run. I ran first and decided to look around. First thing I did was buy whole grain pasta at a store nearby. Then the thought eventually came. As I went to buy that same pasta at the store, as I was walking there, a thought of mine came is that should I play volleyball with a random team on the beach? That thought made me first shrug it off and maybe said, next week, maybe I should prepare myself first emotionally before eventually going to ask to join a team. But another side of me said that there's literally zero social risk. You don't have to prepare to ask someone to prepare to join a team. It's not recorded, it doesn't stick out at all, and it's just simple like that. So the opposing thoughts kept coming. I've talked about the parliament of future selves, and think of it this way. Imagine your future self right now watching through some multi-universal window, seeing if you took the chance or not. Would you delay it or not? So, like the mind of parliament, I decided and debated in my mind as I went to go buy that pasta. Should I go buy that pasta and then walk down to a nearby restaurant and maybe get some quick food? Or switch that option out and drop off the pasta at my car and then go back down and ask a volleyball team out. So, to consider this, I had 2 hours, and my mom said it was good weather, so why waste 2 hours anyway? So, as I bought the pasta at the store, I walked back and I decided, since we did realize we had 2 hours, fine, we'll go ask to play volleyball instead of going to where we wanted to go. It was a big debate because I still could have used that same time to relax, but the videos I made before covering on what I did during this day, that day, not taking the risk didn't feel wrong, but it felt empty. So it's ingrained in my mind that every time I don't want to do something, even with a valid excuse, it still makes me inversely think, just do it and take the risk. And so I did. When returning back down to drop off the pasta at my car, I asked the first team that I saw explicitly if I could join. They said no because it is club based and I presume members only. I found it out and found it odd too because this is right in public. I assumed people join in and out, but oh well. I decided instead of joining another one, I assume they're also part of that same closed club. So it's a closed clique of people. I'm not sure if this club is city sanctioned or if this is just a bunch of random people forming a volleyball club naturally. This is in Laguna Beach, guys. If you guys want to go ask the club itself, see what's going on. I'm not sure if they have a website of their own, if it's just like an informal group of people. They do have their own branded volleyball, and I'm not sure though. Now, these are older people. This is in Laguna Beach if you guys do want to check it out. It's not wrong that the club does do it in public, but I still ask. Why not put up like a mobile sign, like something they can bring with you every time you host a game? That it's closed club, members only, no incomers can join. Or if you want to join, add a link if you want to become a member. If you want to apply and become a member, there should be some mobile site that asks. I inquire about that because this is public, so people can't come to false conclusions that it is like an open volleyball game. And then that's the thing that I assume in the future, if I do become a real member of that volleyball club, I'll make sure something like that is known to the group and the peripheral leaders about making some sort of sign, at least making some policy toward newcomers if someone ever asks. After that, I decided to choose self-preservation and I went to go purchase bread. But that thought came again at me. As I went back after purchasing it, there's another team nearby. This one looks way more formal and it's not a branded volleyball. And unlike the club, so I decided to join in. As I always say, credits to the people. 2 girls, then 1 girl, 2 other boys from a different group for playing this game. Within both third and first person, yes, I did ask, like I always do, how's your day? Where are you from? What's going on? I asked the guy who was also sitting down first. I greeted him and he allowed me to join the game. The volleyball game went quite well. My muscles worked harder since I was using shoes instead of and bare feet. So I did find out the hard way that volleyball and sand, when you serve it the classic way, gets in your eyes. So it's rough, it's coarse, and I found that out first. Then again, I oddly found a real example about social plate tectonics. This time, not at school, but just random people I decided to join in. One of you guys decided to sit down and take a break as 1 girl and 2 boys joined in. You guys didn't know them, but the game went well. It's still an interesting example of social plate tectonics taking on a different form outside of school because the other girl asked me as I was going to fix out my shoe from the sand if I was going to leave the game or not. I was asking for one of your guys' media. She did misinterpret to me as if I was leaving the game. So, she thought I was going to leave, but I was just fixing up my shoes, asking one of you guys for your stuff, and then I joined back in the game. But as the game occurred, is that all of you guys seemed so much happier, so much more neutrally happier than the boys and girls that I see at school. Your personalities were vibrant, even mine for a little bit, and it's a stark contrast to the social noise and stuff that I see at school, and I found that quite interesting. Anyways, I won't describe the entire conversation or game in detail because that takes way too much time. So I'm just mentioning the metadata. It happened, social plate tectonics example here. I was there, it went really fun. And the 6-7 joke was repeated way too much. Anyways, my shoes, once we decided to end the volleyball game, it did get super sandy, so I had to clean that up like crazy. At the end, my mom took me to a nice restaurant. I ate food, and obviously I did have multiple servings of Diet Coke and Diet Soda, and I did have what I wanted to eat anyway, so oddly enough, I did complete what I wanted to do. I wanted to get my grain bread, and I eventually, what I wanted to do, play volleyball. Later on, back to me, I decided to go in at the afternoon to a library nearby as I was biking, but since I've already went this entire week, I was in a little debate of my mind whether I should go or not. But I decided not to. I biked for fun since I didn't have to take every single chance that's given to me. Today was quite peculiar, but it was a fun ending because I did get what I wanted in Laguna Beach today, the groceries. But then again, I also got the stuff and played a volleyball team at the same time because I thought usually you go to a restaurant, time displaces as you're in that restaurant, but you can't play with the volleyball team, and vice versa. But both happened at the same time and embedded each other like cloth. What did I unlock today? Well, I interacted with more strangers, and which are now our friends, and I also completed more interactions with random people. Coincidence enough, you guys are far away but close enough, so I could theoretically plan volleyball games at a park nearby, provided our schedules align like two graphs beating each other. But that's something else later on. We'll talk about that in DMs. But am I happy today? Well, yes, another day to add once again.